Tell me, if you held your... Very well. You wish me to go and talk? I will do so. But...
Let's fucking see.
Are you certain your pain is the only reason you will not
Witherfang
end
was
this
like
curse?
worse too, man.
Have you told the mortal how it was created?
No! That is not how it is!
No. The curse has a life of...
See? They turn on you as quickly. Do what you have come here to do, Grey Warden, or get out of my way.
Shit.
Then you die with them. All of you will suffer as you deserve.
Alright, well, we'll see. This boss battle is stupid. Oh my god. Fuck it.
Now's better than later.
Great, everyone's stunned. Oh my god. Where am I? Can I hit something? What the fuck is going on, man?
This really gets the blood pumping. Time for a little bloodletting.
Awesome. Love it. Are these werewolves going to do something? Jesus fucking Christ. This is absolutely... so fucking lame. Where's Witherfang? Oh my...
I have to do everything myself.
This is so... Hey.
No mercy from me. Right, all right.
How fucking lame. Dude, this guy's dexterity is terrible.
A little over your head.
Hit the fucking thing. Oh my... I'm going crazy over here. I'm literally going crazy. Oh, we're so good. Can you fucking kill this thing already?
Some blood. Right, all right. That's right.
This is so sad to watch. Absolutely so fucking sad to watch. So stupid.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Why? Why? Absolute moron.
Now, better than later.
Love it. Frozen. Dead. Oh. Why does this fucking game do this to me? What is the point? I have all these allies just sit here. Are you fucking kidding me? God, it's just so infuriating. I really should have changed party members. I really wish I could have changed party members. How did she get fucked? It's ridiculous. All this crap. This battle is like really, really. I want this onto this guy. And knock his stupid ass out.
Time for a little bloodletting. I see.
She's dead. Oh my god, it hurts my head. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 allies that you can't use. Fuck off. I just don't know why everything misses. Can only hit on critical hits. Nice.
Now it's better than later. Yeah.
What am I stuck on? Nice, another misdirection X. Can you refresh it? What the fucking say, dude?
I will make you wish you'd never come here.
All right, all right. I love how desperate you are. You're pathetic.
Fucking Christ.
Now it's better than later.
Come on. Fuck, this guy. Jeez, like 12 seconds, dude. That's crazy long for you not to hit.
And no one's getting out alive. I'll
Jesus.
get on it. How about you?
One old elf?
Fuck you.
No, no more.
Less fun
I
than I
cannot.
would have liked.
Cannot defeat you.
Finish it. Kill him now.
I hate both
No,
of you people.
Swiftrunner. We will not kill him. If there is no room in our hearts for mercy, how may we expect there to be room in his?
I cannot do as you ask, Spirit. I am too old to know mercy. All I see are the faces of my children, my people. I cannot do it.
Would you really let your clan die for this?
Perhaps I have lived too long. This hatred in me is like an ancient, gnarled root. It has consumed my soul. What of you, Spirit? You are bound to the curse just as I am. Do you not fear your end?
You are my maker, Zathrian. You gave me form and consciousness where none existed. I have known pain and love, hope and fear, all the joy that is life. Yet of all things I desire nothing more than an end. I beg you, Maker, put an end to me. We beg you, show mercy.
You shame me, Spirit. I am an old man, alive long past his time.
Then you will do it? You will end the curse?
Yes, I think it is time. Let us put an end to it all.
Fuck you all. This is literally rage-inducing. I don't care what happens to either of you. Which one was that you?
Over. She's gone. And we're human. I can scarcely believe it.
I do good work. Time to pay up.
Time to pay up? What do you mean?
You caused me a lot of grief. I intend to kill you all.
You're joking, right? You don't actually intend to kill us after all this.
I mean, I will. Why not? I think I enjoy it, you fuckers. The elves are cured. I don't need you.
Oh, another fatality!
Fuck every single one of you. Try to be the good guy. All this shit. You guys can't even help me in fucking battle. Just standing there, ensnared. So you know what? Fuck being the good guy. I will fucking kill you all.
On your guard, wretch! Useless. I have to do everything myself.
Don't care anymore.
I will fight if I
Ready.
send this. I've defeated one.
Let's see what you're made of.
Too
Fuckface.
easy.
Battle is over, is it? I would have liked to get back at the one who hit me.
Yes. Wait for any piece of crap. Where the fuck did I come in from? Where's this? I'm never using this guy again. So that's the top level. It's like that was just really frustrating. Like absolutely frustrating.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
You side with what's his face, the elf, and you can't hit Witherfang for 7 years. You side with this guy. Oh wait, he uses the hex on you. Can only land a critical strike. How fucking lame you have to be. Is this where I came? No, it's not.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
So fucking stupid, dude. And you got this guy who gets blown up by like getting breathed on. Doesn't get any of his DPS off. So you're left to tank everything for Morgana and win. But then they just get ignored. This is where. Anything else over here? Did I open these? I didn't open these. Oh my god. Thank God I am definitely done with this part of the story. Holy shit. Ever want to come back here again? Curse is lifted. Fuck the werewolves. Killed them because you guys didn't help me. That's the only reason. You guys are useless. You were fucking me up when I was going against the elf, but you didn't do anything when I was going against him, so. After all that, you're gonna kill us? Yes. Yep. Fight someone. Fuck. Going against spiders.
I am Avon. No creature. I'll get on that.
Another battle, I see. a strike.
You get no mercy from me! Nice swing.
Victorious again.
I am paid for no creature.
Run while you can.
Killing yourself with that one, you know?
Come here, bitch. Can I leave now? No. Supposed to get this. Oh, you can just right click.
Now we play a little.
Right, come on!
We are victorious again.
How's he even looting that? Just want to leave.
Let's maul it. It's a massacre! No one's getting out alive!
Let us end this. You will learn to fear me.
Hope I don't get blood all over me. Time for a little bloodletting, I see.
Oh, this should be good.
It is done. The essence of the wolf's heart has banished all traces of cursed blood from the hunters. It is too bad that Zathrian had to die. I felt it when he departed. I think he was ready to go.
Yep. He was no hero, bitch. Fuck that. Did you know about his connection to the curse?
I suspected. But Zathrian did not like to talk about that. Nonetheless, the curse is over, and no one else will be subjected to it. It will be difficult to fill Zathrian's shoes. He was our keeper for many centuries, and he will be sorely missed. But I am keeper now. Let me say it officially then. I hereby swear to uphold the terms of the ancient contract our people formed with the Grey Wardens. Call, and we shall come, with great speed and purpose, and we shall strike at your foes. This I swear.
Nice. Thank you, Lana.
It has been a long time since the Dalish marched to war, but I trust that in the end, we shall make a difference for you.
Awesome. We're done. Fuck this place. But I'm gonna give you some shit.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunt. Truly? Let me see. An agreement is an agreement, and I will craft something from this wood for you. What would you like? A bow? Or perhaps a breastplate?
I think both would be more.
Both? But that is an unreasonable amount of crafting to expect just for finding the wood. I will do no such thing.
You wouldn't have any wood at all if it were not for me, remember?
I'd resign myself to having none at all. And what good does it do in your hands? I am disappointed to see such greed.
Alright, then you get nothing at all.
And neither do you.
Bitch.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunt.
I'm not giving you shit. Everyone's got me in a bad mood. That bullshit that happened. Alright, you. Your wife's dead.
Returned. Is there any... You have news? Have you found her? Are you certain? That is her scarf. Where did you find her? What's become of her?
Time for the curse. Zetharian told you the truth.
Keeper told me the truth? Are you certain?
Absolutely, and she sends you her love as well.
Here is the amulet. Now I should go and make arrangements.
Yeah, fuck you all. Fuck you all.
You must know that murder is wrong, I assume.
I'm sorry, are you speaking to me?
That is why you wish to leave your crows. A crisis of conscience.
Okay. Armor pen, trash. Orange gloves, trash. 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 God awful. Even worse. It's actually pretty good. Equip bulwark, small power. Okay. Stick. 5.2. Blah 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 blah. Okay, what is this? Main hand. Okay. Alistair. Okay. Yana, 6.6. Stupid. Armor pen. Armor. This is lame. Then you can have this. No. I'm never gonna use Sten. Whatever. Okay.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
Oops. Fuck.
You and your friends are formidable. I'm...
Medium. All this crap that I'm carrying around. Gifts. Let's quick save and then start giving some gifts out. Still shouldn't be warm at this point. Let's see.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Chantry?
Oh, marvelous.
I don't know what Zephyrin likes.
Why, thank you so much.
Let's save some more. So we don't have to backtrack on that. English gloves, pretty sure. Be this guy will like it.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
So you might like them.
I did not mean to sound ungrateful. It is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Nice. Woo. Making friends by kind of bribing them.
Oh, marvelous. Most kind. Most kind.
I don't know what to give this guy.
I shall treasure it. Thank you. How nice.
Most kind. Most kind.
How nice.
Fancy scroll. You?
Oh, marvelous.
How about you?
How nice.
Yep. You go bracers. Well, I don't know what else to get you guys. Let's just do this then.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
Capacity belt. See what I can do with those.
A generous gift.
TV and brandy?
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
Okay. There we go.
You and your friends are formidable folk.
Now we sell that all that shit back. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Zero, zero, zero. All right. I don't think she's gonna say anything until we do the grimoire.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. Discuss away.
Still need to find out where Sten's sword is.
I've a question, if I may. Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you. My
Oops.
question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Does your oath expire then?
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
You could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes?
Yay.
What say you?
Gonna answer some
By
questions.
all means.
What does it take to become an assassin?
The Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
So you have to be a murderer.
Now, it need not be thought of so crudely. We all do our share of murdering around here, don't we? An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Okay.
What say you?
Can you teach others to be assassin?
I could teach others, but not yourself. First, I would need someone who has training as a rogue. That is, unless you would care to spend the years it takes to gain the fundamentals. But if there should be such a person who desires this training, yes, by all means, send them to me. The Crows are already furious, no? I shall enjoy tweaking their nose further.
Okay, hello. Stop running.
What say you? By all means.
Why did you want to leave the
Well,
Crows
now,
exactly?
I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
But what would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The Crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
It sounds awful.
Oh, I don't know about that. The Crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a Crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
Zigzag.
You did ask, remember. But I believe we were talking about my leaving the Crows. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the Crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so. What say you? By all means.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being... You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You've never killed an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
It's a very practical attitude.
Death happens, as we like to say. And when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed. The pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I enjoy violence myself.
You enjoy getting the blood flowing, whether it is yours or others? Yes, I know the type. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules, oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them. What say you? By all means.
So tell me about your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
Those who are willing to anger the Circle of Magi?
In Antiva, nobody is too important to escape the reach of the Crows. They've killed kings and queens. That is simply how it is. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
After killing her, anyhow.
Yes, but not on purpose, actually. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antiva City, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
So you didn't actually kill her?
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The Circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
These sort of things happen to you often?
Like being spared by a benevolent mark who then helps me escape from the Crows? Yes, it does seem to happen now and again, doesn't it? It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
Let's listen to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Drop another quick save.
What say you?
Got
By all means.
more about your adventures?
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages
dialogue
involved with
for this guy.
Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
That sounds like fun.
Haha, you have rather macabre tastes, I see. I like that. Let's see. How about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince?
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Azrin was fourth in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
So this was a very big deal.
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the Crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a Crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
What did you do?
My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You got robbed by urchins.
I had to find my way back to the safe house, bruised and naked, and thankful to be alive. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh? What say you?
Oh my god, some more.
By all means.
Tell me a little about Antiva.
Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes.
You don't like Ferelden?
It is fine enough with its dogs and its mud. The people are spirited, even if they can't tell the difference between an assassin and a mere killer. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable?
I was born in Hyatt, or in the north.
Oh, I have never seen that place. I am sure it has its charms, and its dogs. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most.
Is that kind of some euphemism?
It may as well be. But not this once, no. I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the Crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else.
You sound like you've been away from home forever.
Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather, perfect craftsmanship. But I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. More the fool I, no?
Your home is still there, Severin.
True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not.
You need to make the most of where you are.
Quite right you are. I see the Grey Wardens do not recruit fools. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more.
Okay. Massive dexterity.
What say you? By all means.
So tell me more about your adventures.
Well, the only one that's really worth telling is the story of the mission right before I came to Ferelden. But no, I would rather not. I shouldn't have said anything.
Don't be a tease, out with it.
Perhaps another day. I apologize.
Damn it. Damn it. It's like so close.
What say you? By all means.
What is your opinion of the
I know
Dalish?
little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease, and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. All is tale in the book.
Was the woodcutter your father?
How should I know? My mother was a whore, as you'll recall. None of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
And yet you're oddly cheerful about that all.
It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
You can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
How do you feel about the Dalish in general?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. What say you? By all means. What say you?
I want to discuss something personal.
Oh, this should be good. What would you like?
Alright, so the hell are these? Oh, the emissaries, okay. Hey, Wynn.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it. So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
All How massacred my family. Duncan helped me escape.
Arl Rendon Howe? The Arl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you?
Who knows? He's always been a friend of us Kuslans.
You are the last of the Kuslans? I had no idea. My lord?
Don't. I'm just a Grey Warden now.
Yes, I suppose so. You can no longer have a title, can you? But that does not mean you must forget utterly where you came from. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
I just hope that I can show the strength Duncan saw in me.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
How do you know about the joining ritual? That's supposed to be a secret.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
It means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I'll keep that in mind.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
I don't want power. I never wanted it.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Shut up, Grandma.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
You know about me and Morgan?
Well, she's hardly discreet. The way she looks at you, it's as though she's completely forgotten there's anything of you above the waist.
That's part of her charm.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. She is a cunning woman, a Maleficar. She will use you for her own ends.
No, I trust Morgan.
I am telling you what I see and what my instincts tell me. And even if the feelings you share are genuine, this affair may not be the best thing for either of you. You are a Grey Warden. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
I'm a human being with emotions, not just a Grey
Love
Warden.
is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person, who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
What am I supposed to do? Tell Morgan to go
You
away?
may have to save one or both of you unnecessary anguish later on.
I'm not gonna give up what we have, no matter what you
I
say.
have given my advice. Do with it what you will. What's on your mind?
Are you feeling better now?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
I like making sure all my companions are well.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
Everyone expects so much from me.
No one said it would be easy. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
We'll be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
I know they were more respected in the old days.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of Darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
And what happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching Darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last Darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings.
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden. What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
I already knew the answer. Don't know why I asked.
Because you were not looking for the answer, but for someone to tell you that in spite of it, you'll be all right. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
On my mind constantly.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
This upsets you?
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower, with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Did you find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
I think she's right.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
But priests have to choose to be priests. Mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty. And there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
Won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice. What's on your mind?
I'd like to ask something about the
I
circle.
will answer to the best of my ability.
Why didn't you want to stay at the
circle
tower?
is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
But you left the children.
Yes, I did leave them. But if the Blight is not stopped, all of them will face suffering greater than what was seen in the tower. The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the Circle.
I'm sure you'll be able to return if you so choose.
Perhaps.
Oops. No.
What's on your mind?
Ow.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
He was lucky. I would have done much worse to him.
And you would have seen yourself trussed up like a festival turkey and paraded about the square for it. Village folk have little love for witches like us. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
Were the Templars mean to you?
One of them ignored me, but the other was kind to me. He gave me sweets and even sat me on his shoulders once when I wanted to look over a high wall that ran along the road. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
That's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the Circle.
What was life like in the tower?
I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, meant lack of focus. And we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
At least you learned the dangers of magic from the Circle.
Without the Circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the Circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
Okay. Alright, well, I think we're good so far. Alright, let's drop a hard save. let's see if we can do Sten's. What do you call it? Side quest. So let's bring
Indeed.
Yes.
him along. And then it was the Lake Callahan docks, right? Yeah.
Twisted creature.
Oh shit.
I'll get on it.
Can I level him up like mid-battle?
No mercy from me.
Coming. Kick your ass, bitch. Go, go, go. What the fuck? First of all, yeah, let them finish that.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Let's see some blood. You're gonna regret this.
They're just like flexing over here. Nice. Oh. Oh, it's a trap. There's nobody left.
Got it.
I don't really care about going all the way down there. But I still will. If I could not be stuck on a corner.
All right, all right.
Alright. Some of that. Oh shit, wait, hold up. Bravery, two-handed weapons, critical strike, sure. Turning blows and bravery. Uh-oh.
I fell.
See that? Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
Oh, what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay. Alright, let's see if Scavenger guy is here. Listen. This is
rest the souls of all, Templar and mage, who gave their lives to...
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Isn't that the point? We could all be figments
Good to see you
of someone
again.
else's imagination. In a play. 'Cause
What the fuck? Okay.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve?
Let's sell this. This. Crap. Yet. A lot, right? Yeah, 84. You have any backpack space? I think we just keep going in and out until we find the scavenger, until he spawns. I believe. I don't know. Remember, I think he spawns on this side. I don't remember exactly though. Could be wrong. Yeah, maybe he's actually up here. Oh, there he is. Aha, I found you, bitch.
Back off! I was here first.
You haven't seen a sword lying around here, have you?
Why, you looking to buy one?
No, but my large, very angry friend here is.
Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it. I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
Well, where is he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
Okay. So we know he's going to Orzammar. Should be here. Okay, let's go back to camp, see what happened when. She fell.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. Remember my apprentice, Petra? She encountered a demon in the tower. It would have killed her had I not intervened. I saved her life that day, but I did not survive that encounter with the demon.
You're undead?
No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill myself. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
It's an amazing story.
Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Then we will make a best of that time.
Yes, that we will.
Okay. Well, I think this is a good enough time to save and leave off. Went through a couple hiccups in the Dalish, the Brecalian forest, Brecalian. Yeah, fuck that quest. But from what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the Frostback Mountains. I don't remember if that goes to Ozmar or if that's where you look for the Urn of Sacred Ashes. But yeah. Again, we'll stop over here, and then I'll see you guys next time. So, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you again. Later.